If you were to write someone a message in all caps, they might think you were They might think you were shouting, but this wasn't always the case. In fact, the Roman alphabet, which is the origin of the English alphabet, has no other letters aside from capitals. 等一下哦。The alphabet you are reading right now has undergone remarkable transformations. Just how did it become what it is today? Roman writing was initially composed of sharp, angel letter forms. The smaller, more rounded lowercase letters date back to the invention of initial script. Unicode. 道德的。Initial script.单色儿字体。我觉得我这样会念很久。Which was used in 4th to 8th century Europe. Around this time, animal skin-based papers became popular as writing materials, as they were less porous than older plant-based papers. Their substance allowed scribes to write with smooth, circular strokes when command. 卡路里。Carleman came to power in the 9th century. He instituted covering ministry. Harry minuscule, a more contemporary, a more contemporary version of uncial scripts as a universal standard. It was more legible. More legible than older scripts and introduced lowercase letters, spacing between words and punctuation. This form of writing ultimately became the modern alphabet. But why are the two kinds of letters in this alphabet called uppercase and lowercase? These words come from the early days of printing press, type designers who used letter blocks. Letter blocks of printing in 1014 put their letter sets in wooden cases. The more frequently used small letters were put in the case on the lower part of the worker's desk within quickly reach, and a capital letter set in the upper case. The next time you write your name in English or type on your phone, think of the long road these letters have taken to be in use today.好，现在开始来看一下划线这些单词什么意思。Transformation， 等下前面再看一下好了。对，前面应该还好，对。然后 materials， 看 materials， 材料。哦，文具啊，要这样一起看文具。然后surface， 表面 scribes， 等一下。surface， 哦，材质表面，这个材质表面。抄写员，对。circular strokes， 笔触，笔画。笔画 institute 建立制定。 contemporary 现代的。等一下圈起来，就是晚一点要把它做到那个单字收集本上面的。对，legible 字迹清楚了，易读的。punctuation 怎么没画这个标点符号？punctuation ultimately 最终。There will change the alphabet called uppercase. 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 哦，大小写。好，现在应该没什么问题，那再念一次吧。If you were to write someone a message in all caps, they might think you were shouting, but this wasn't always the case. In fact, the Roman alphabet, which is the origin of the English alphabet, had no other letters aside from capitals. The alphabet you are reading right now has undergone remarkable transformations. Just how did it become what it is today? Roman writing was initially composed of sharp, angled letter forms. The smaller, more rounded lowercase letters date back to the invention of uncial script, which was used in 4th to 8th century Europe. Around this time, animal skin-based papers became popular as writing materials. As they were less coarse 这没看到 coarse 粗大的粗糙的。幸好再念一次，要不然就没发现了。As they were less coarse than older plant-based papers, their surface allowed scribes to write with smooth circular strokes. When Charlemagne. When Charlemagne came to power in the 9th century, he instituted Carolingian minuscule 是吗？ minuscule Charlemagne Carolingian minuscule, a more contemporary version of uncial script. Uncial script. As a universal standard, it was more legible than older scripts and introduced lowercase letters, spacing between words, and and punctuation. This form of writing ultimately became the modern alphabet. But why are the two kinds of letters in this alphabet called uppercase and lowercase? These words come from the early days of printing presses. Type designers who used letters flux for printing in the 14th century first their letters set in wooden cases. The more frequently used small letters were put in the case on the lower part of the worker's desk within quick reach, and the capital letters set in the uppercase. The next time you write your name in English or type on your phone, think of the long road these letters have taken to be used today. 好，你想想，后面还有4篇要这样搞。我们现在弄了多久？20分钟。也就是说20、40、60。好，我们还有80分钟要处理，对，慢慢来。我要填课罗字。You probably enjoy refreshing 爱玉 jelly with honey and lemon on a hot day. This chilled dessert is made from the seeds of jellyfish that are figs 是那种冻类的吗 ？That are indigenous refresh and exclusive to Taiwan. Attempts to grow jellyfish abroad to have proven fruitless because jellyfish 爱玉冻真的吗 ？fig 爱玉小蜂 fig 先查一下 fig 是什么意思。无花，看一下 jellyfish。fig 我看一下哦。fig 算是无花果类的 jellyfish。jellyfish 是爱玉。鳄鱼啊。爱玉冻就是这种果冻。好 ，jellyfish 爱玉。鳄鱼啊，好，那今天没什么问题了。Attempts to grow jellyfish abroad have proven fruitless because jellyfish vein 它是藤蔓类的。好，记得好像只有长在台湾哦，对，这还蛮特别的。然后喜爱玉。are entirely CBA 好 ，CBA 好，不要花那么多时间看了。Dependent on dependent。有啊，等一下到时候解析还是看一下好了，就后面的部分 depend on result。substantial。To make。While。Dependent are entirely depend on jellyfish webs。就是依赖于这个爱玉小蜂，对 ，for pollination 授粉。生物学的专有名词，授粉 refers to transport these insects to other climates have result in failure， 就导致失败了 ，result in 导致嘛。There is no technology that allows jellyfish wasps to be raised artificially, so jellyfish are a treasure unique to Taiwan。所以现在科技还没办法做到，在其他地方种爱玉。好 ，Harvesting wild jellyfish usually involves climbing high into the trees to find the best fruits. In 2012 and 2013, though researchers are at the Miaoli District Agricultural Research and Extension Station， 这是什么地方啊 ？Extension Station。苗栗。Agricultural 农业调查。Research and Extension。看一下。行政院农业委员会苗栗农业改良场。那就简单写就好。苗栗农业改良场。Develop 2 new variety A varieties of jellyfish that grow rapidly only 3 meters from the ground and yield substantial quantities of fruit. These varieties were developed not only for their yield, 产出 yield and taste, but also for special properties that make the fruit useful in beauty products. To make ayu jelly, ayu seeds are placed in a cloth bag and plunged into a basin of cold water. They're squeezed and massaged until the water becomes a golden yellow gel or 凝状物. This gel is then left to set in a refrigerator. While it's considered a dessert, ayu jelly has excellent health benefits. It has a high fiber content and is high in calories if sugar isn't added. 就是没什么热量. Because of this, everyone should try ayu jelly sometime. And it's so delicious that you were sure to consume this Taiwanese treat again and again. 好，这次感觉单词比较少，比 French 音使人凉爽的。indigenous 本土的exclusive 有的独有的大量的数量，很大量的水果，大量水果，很好。Plunk 想把什么什么投入，我把它泡水里面，泡冰水里面，投入 massage 马杀鸡按摩，对 ，squeeze 提压跟按摩嘛 ，until the water becomes a golden yellow， 就是俗称洗爱玉，就是洗一洗，然后它那个凝胶就会跑出来，胶状物 gel。Left to set 凝固哦，我以为是什么瘦油之类的。Contain 含 high fiber。 好，那应该，这一篇好像简单一点哎。You've probably enjoyed refreshing IU jelly with honey and lemon on a hot day. This chilled dessert is made from the seeds of IU figs. It's the seeds of jellyfish that are indigenous and exclusive to Taiwan. Attempts to grow jellyfish abroad have proven proven。我刚刚那也 proven fruitless because jellyfish vines are entirely dependent on jellyfish wasps for pollinations. Efforts to transport these insects to other climates have resulted in failure. There is no technology that allows jellyfish wasps to be raised artificially, so jellyfish are the treasure unique to Taiwan. Harvesting wild jellyfish usually involves climbing high into the trees to find the best fruits. In 2012 and 2013, though, researchers at the Miaoli District Agricultural Research and Extension Station developed two new varieties of jellyfish that grow rapidly only 3 meters from the ground and yield substantial quantities of fruit. These varieties were developed not only for their yield and taste, but also for special properties that make the fruits useful in beauty products. To make IU jelly, IU seeds are placed in a cloth bag and plunged into a basin of cold water. They're squeezed and massaged until the water becomes a golden yellow gel. This gel is then left to set in a refrigerator. While it's considered a dessert, IU jelly has excellent health benefits. It has a high fiber content and is low in calories if sugar isn't added. Because of this, everyone should try IU jelly sometime. And it's so delicious that you're sure to consume this Taiwanese treat again and again. 好，这搞定。后面要看吗？之后自己再看好了。下一个，还真的一个差不多是20分钟现在已经36分钟了。好，遗体堆肥皂，好。After death care， 哇，这3颗星的今天有3颗星的吗？看一下。没有这是3颗星的好，看一下哇，2篇有2篇3颗星的，黄色这个跟红色这个，前面这第一个是1颗星的，所以那个自己有心把它看完了，所以就不要浪费时间了。那这个可能要久一点了。After death care may soon look radically different in US Composer. We compose a Washington State-based firm. 觉得最后一堆单词要查。Is making a place for itself among burial and 就是烧尸体吧，对吧？烧尸体吧，对 burial 埋葬。Cremation service founded by 这个人好 Recompose is hoping to lessen the environmental impact of after-death care by offering a substitute for customary 跟客人有关吗？惯常的传统的 custom after-death options. A move that's especially important as the negative effects of climate change loom large. Recompose used a process called natural organic reduction, NOR, to turn a human body into soil. The body is laid on a bed of plant matter such as wood chips and straw. Wood chips. The bed is then placed within a larger vessel and covered with more plant material. Over a span of 30 days, microbes break down the body into a nutrient-dense soil. The soil is then returned to the family to use as they wish, or it can be donated to Bell's Mountain, a 700-acre piece of protected wilderness. There, it is used to revive wildlife habitat and support the growth of native plants. According to Spade, 这个人 recomposes NOR process can prevent 1.4 tons of carbon from being released into the atmosphere per body. This is equivalent to the emissions of a single cremation and approximately the same as the amount of burial wood produced when catheter construction and transportation are taken into account. Recomposition process will also ease the land burden and destruction of forests caused by cemeteries in urban areas. Finally, the nutrient-rich soil 富含微生物的啦，看懂了，然后这是那个缺乏微生物的 nutrient rich resulting from NOR can be used to enrich 让它重新富含 deforested areas and other damaged lands. While recomposition service is currently only legal in Washington State, Spade believes that the firm's main benefits will see it quickly expand beyond state lines. With climate change, deforestation, and rapid population growth all threatening the planet, it's time that new ideas like spades started to take root. 比赛了。哇，我画好多东西哦。Radically， 根本的，彻底的。它是副词。Recompose。重新组成。哦 ，compose 是组成。firm。stage。国营企业，是企业啊。根据州为基础的，所以是国营企业好。州营企业好。burial， 埋葬。Mount burial， 埋葬。土葬啊。葬。cremation。哦，看到了，火葬。你看吗 ？customary， 很传统的。After death options， 死后的选择。options。真的嘞，死后的选择。其实好像有些单词就是第一眼看过去的时候不太确定，然后第二眼看过去的时候就确定了。Effects of climate change loom large， 影响深远嘛？P 的严重。As wood chips， 木片嘛 ，chips。木屑。straw。稻草。麦块的马要喂稻草。也就是一个方块的那种。哦 ，larger vessel。Within a larger vessel， 是容器吧？vessel 是更多。 容器啊，容器啊。有时候 Google 翻译它可能会不知道说你要翻的文章是什么类型的，然后你就只是抬一个单词的话，可能会有不同的东西，因为它英文这种单词就有一字多义，还蛮多的。对，一段时间。human vessel 它刚跳出来的第一个就是血管，对，然后其实它还可以当做船，对，然后刚刚打前面的 larger vessel， 然后它就出现较大的船，好，对 microbe 微生细菌。任何生物界，对 nutrients。营养密集啊，富含营养的
nutrient dense
nutrient dense
nutrient dense
nutrient dense， 哦，富含营养的。哦，要有够多的营养，它才能把它分解掉，是这个意思吗？ACRE 是什么？700英亩
700 acre
acre 英亩。我怀疑这是从新闻可能抠过来的，因为如果是台湾自己写的话，应该不会写英亩，应该会写公亩或什么之类的。对，公亩好像比较少听到，我也在，是好像是国小课本还是国中课本，我有点忘记了，反正就看过那么一次，然后后面就再也没提过，反正这种单位的东西嘛。流鼻水。revive 恢复。啊，写错字，我看一下，恢复的恢。我在这边写错了。equivalent 相等的。emission 排放。A single cremation 火葬。对，这个有算了，再写一次，反正看过之后还是不会，甚至完全没有写。approximately 几乎吧。大约 approximately 大约 same as from a burial would use when casks 棺材。Construction and transportation are taken into account. Taken into account. 顾及考虑。Composite process. After-death care may soon look radically different in the U.S. Composed of Washington state-based firm, 华盛顿州的企业啊 is making a place for itself among burial and cremation service founded by Katrina Spade. Recompose is hoping to lessen the environmental impact of after-death care by offering a substitute for customary after-death options, a move that's especially important as the negative effects of climate change loom large. Recompose uses a process called natural organic reduction (NOR) to turn a human body into soil. The body is laid on a bed of plant matter such as wood, chips, and straw. The bed is then placed within a larger vessel and covered with more plant material. Over a span of 30 days, microbes break down the body into a nutrient-dense soil. The soil is then returned to the family to use as they wish. Or it can be donated to Bell's Mountain, a 700-acre piece of protected wilderness. There, it is used to revive wildlife habitats and support the growth of native plants. According to Spade, recomposition nor process can prevent 1.4 tons of carbon from being released into the atmosphere per body. This is equivalent to the emissions of a single cremation and approximately the same as the amount a burial would produce when casket construction and transportation are taken into account. Recomposition processes will also ease the dense burden and destructions of forests caused by cemeteries in urban areas. Finally, the nutrient-rich soil resulting from manure can be used to enrich deforested areas and other damaged lands. While recomposition service is currently only legal in Washington state, Spade believes that the firms may benefit will see it quickly expand beyond the state lines. With climate change, deforestation, and rapid population growth all threatening the planet, it's time that new ideas that Spades started to take root. 好，反正就是它就是让那些尸体可以回归大自然，然后并成为树木的养分，对，差不多这样子。然后，好，智慧型春能导致让你失眠。对，我记得这一篇好像是在讲跟智慧型春能装置有关的东西，好，一样。CBA 猪。底下是句子，底下是句子，听得到吗？看一下，它是句子，它是句子。它是句子啊，算了，就这样就好了。好。Modern life often means being surrounded by numbers, especially if you wear a fitness tracker or smartwatch. But while these devices can help us comprehend our bodies, they can also create problems. Comprehend. A new condition called orthosomnia, 完美睡眠主义症 orthosomnia, arises from an unhealthy obsession within the data given to us by our smart devices. Among their other uses, fitness trackers can monitor and present a wide range of data relating to the wearer's sleep cycle, 睡眠循环吧。cycle. People can then recall the data from storage and chart 图表 it over time. However, there are two crucial ways this can go wrong. For one thing, it's hard to tell if data collected is accurate. For another, the trackers often present their data without thorough context. It's easy for users to misinterpret it and draw the wrong conclusions. Incorrect conclusions about unreliable data result in unnecessary worries. Ironically, this worry leads people to sleep less. The more anxiety someone has about their sleep, the harder it is for them to sleep. This creates a vicious cycle. That interferes with people's daily lives, causing them to suffer high anxiety, poor sleep, and fatigue. What's worrisome, some experience poor connection and even insomnia. 失眠 Insomnia. A primary cause of this condition is that people trust the data given by their devices more than their own bodies. Doctors advise people affected by others orthosomnia to take it easy and not obsess about the number their devices are given them. Instead, it's better to remember the fundamental 基本的 fundamental elements of good sleep. A consistent routine that allows for adequate sleep will reliably return good results. People should also spend about an hour relaxing before going to bed. Handy as smart devices can be, they're not always beneficial. Understanding their limitations spots 这是极限嘛？这限制 limitation stops them from becoming a burden instead of a useful tool. 他讲到就是那种睡眠的分数就是有些应用程式或是传感装置都会有。那像我自己也有在用嘛，像是这种东西，对，那我 今天的睡眠是85分，对，还可以。那有时候如果上课日的话，就70几分而已。那像昨天睡比较晚，就89分，对，睡很饱，然后也都没有被打扰这样子。然后这一篇主要就是在说呢，不要这么迷信这些数字。对，那我其实也没有在 care 这些东西的。好，那现在，来看一下这些单字。Orthosomnia， 哦，这是跟上面那个是一样的，完美睡眠主义症。Obsession， obsession， 痴迷，无法摆脱的。cycle， 然后打，真的是循环嘞。crucial， 重要的、关键的。misinterpret， 一定要没笔芯的误解。陈祖祥，帮忙上个小脑子。好。然后 draw， 得到。ironically， 讽刺的。interferer， 干扰。
interferes，
interfere， interferes
interferes,
interferes 干扰 interferes 干扰fatigue 疲惫Orthosomnia 完美睡眠主义症 Orthosomnia元素应该是要件啊，或是条件之类的。Limitations 限制。Insomnia 失眠的不写的。Floral彻底的。Yeah. 这一个的 Google 翻译翻得很烂。B 哦 ，B 在哪里？第二段的后面。完整的上下文。Comprehend 解释 consistent 始终如一的。其实这一篇他就在讲说，那个我觉得啦，就是他想要传达的意思就是，那个睡眠的分数不重要，重点是你觉得你有睡饱就好了。好，之后我们最后再念一遍。Modern life often means being surrounded by numbers, especially if you wear a fitness tracker or smartwatch. But while these devices can help us comprehend our bodies, they can also create problems. A new condition called orthosomnia arises from an unhealthy obsession with the data given to us by our smart devices. Among their other uses, fitness trackers can monitor and present a wide range of data relating to the wearer's sleep cycle. People can then recall the data from storage and chart it over time. However, there are two crucial ways this can go wrong. For one thing, it's hard to tell if the data collected is accurate. For another, the trackers often present their data without thorough context, 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 text, 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 context, 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 thorough context. It's easy for users to misinterpret it and draw the wrong conclusions. Incorrect conclusions about unreliable data result in unnecessary worry. Ironically, this worry leads people to sleep less. The more anxiety someone has about their sleep, the harder it is for them to sleep. This creates a vicious cycle that's vicious 没看到，恶性的 vicious cycle that's interferes with people's daily lives, causing them to suffer high anxiety, poor sleep, and fatigue. What's worse, some experience poor concentrations, and even insomnia. A primary cause of this condition is that people trust the data given by their devices more than their own bodies. Doctors advise people affected by orthosomnia to take it easy and not obsess about the numbers their devices are giving them. Instead, it's better to remember the fundamental elements of good sleep. A consistent routine that allows for adequate sleep will reliably return good results. People should also spend about an hour relaxing before going to bed. Handy as smart devices can be, they're not always beneficial. Understanding their limitations stops them from becoming a Limitations stops them from becoming a burden. The burden 也没翻到 burden， 这是屁的负担。好 ，becoming a burden， 东漏西漏的becoming a burden instead of a useful tool。好，这结束了。最后一篇3颗星的，四面佛信仰风靡亚洲。我还以为他不会考这篇的，感觉这篇好麻烦哦，我看到都觉得好难，而且觉得很硬。比那骨灰坛的不是那个尸体处理那还麻烦，该死。可是要想，在20分钟就结束了，就差这一篇的。等一下要吃晚餐，然后之后晚上要休息一下，不能亏了自己。Tucked away， 哇，第一个我就不会了。Tucked away 三小。Tucked away in a tiny, easy to miss alcove. 好 ，A golden god sits tall, atop an ornate pedestal. This god isn't like the ones found in Taiwan's many Taoist 道教的 Taoist 道教的教庙宇 as the figure slowly the figure 秋风声中后开始首播 as the figure 形象 slowly rotates, the god's face disappears from view and another emerges, followed by two more as the god spins. Soon a woman stops at the cup and lights some incense, ready to pray. She's here to worship. Paraphone, 发拉风，四面佛吗？这叫什么？发拉风，四面佛，哇，这还有第二页哦！啊，完了，发拉风，啊，发拉风。The Thai version of the four-faced Hindu god. Brahma, god of creation, is one of Hinduism's most important gods, alongside Vishnu and Shiva. Vishnu and Shiva. Most important is believed that his four faces represent the four Vedas. Indonesia's ancient religions, scriptures, and the source of all knowledge related to Earth's creation. At the same time, each face symbolized a different set of life. Devotees of Brahma create and one face for success, another for relationship, and the other two for wealth and health. Additionally, clasped in Brahma's hands are items symbolizing knowledge and creation. For example, a book he holds in one hand is a representation. Representation of the Vedas, while the Kamandalu vessel he holds in another contains the sacred water from which all life originates. When worshipping Brahma, devotees start at the first face on their right, moving in a clockwise direction. Clockwise 顺时钟的，逆时钟怎么讲 ？Counterclockwise 顺时钟 clockwise direction. Then light incense and candles, and leave lachuses and water for Brahma at each face before moving to the next. As at each face, they tell Brahma of their desires, praying that he will grant their wishes 应该是实现他们的愿望，准许授予哦。In the near future, while the time it takes Brahma to bring blessing to devotees varies. So many have claimed God fortune that tributes to Brahma or his Thai representation, Prafro, has begun turning up all around Asia, including Taiwan. 好， 我刚刚很痛苦把它念完了，我只大概了解了一些东西而已。哦，这好难懂哦。我大概知道它讲四面佛啦。好，tuck away， 隐身在。Brahma， 哦，它 H 不发音哦。梵天，是那个掏耳棒的梵天吗？你是念饭还是反啊？哦，梵天。哦，所以梵天除了是神的名字，他还是掏耳棒。哦，好哦，对，就是常听 ASMR 就知道，他是掏耳棒。好，对，好。哦 ，Oak of Beats。放佛像的小空间，好，这是专有名词，好，不理它。Ornate， 装饰华丽的。pedestal， 底座。哇，真的很华丽耶！哦，有看到吗？真的超华丽的。我发现我好像读到下面来这边的时候是会消失的。对，那个摄影机只拍到这里，再下去那边就没有了。啊！算了，就这样子好了。我还要稍微挡一下光，要不然会太亮。因为我开了台灯，就是台灯这个东西不开的话会很暗，然后开了之后会太亮，然后就拿个白色的板子，然后它是微透光的，那是什么珍珠板？对，珍珠板，然后把它挡起来，这样子就是让它有亮度，对，它还是有一点亮度的啦。对，然后有时候它很容易掉，因为我只是把它很刚好的给它卡在某个点而已。好，不要这么快打脸我嘛！奇怪，刚刚放那么久都没事，为什么现在一动的时候要巧就一直出事？时间滴滴答答的一直流。好，就这样子了。Taoist， 道教的，还真的是道教的。 好想叠也放这一篇哦，可是我觉得这一定会考，不是，老师就说这一定会考了。Slowly rotate. Emerge. 出现。Dustbin. 还是旋转？怎么那么多旋转啊 ？Incense， 线香，就是拿香拜拜的那个香。Ready to pray, she's here to worship. 虫。Brush from.
พระพรหม
看英文在哪里？英文。
Fray from.
那它嘞
from
印地文，侦测语言。好，就这样子。Flat from 四面佛，这是四面佛。Hindu 印度教。还是印度教，印度教的。Most important God, alongside Vishnu, 比湿奴。然后湿婆神，它上面只写婆了，毁灭之神，维护之神。Vedas， for Vedas。啊，吠陀。陀怎么写？站太快。哦。 scriptures 是现在是一个哑巴牙 scriptures。如果说后面的时间来不及的话，我是最多只会直播到6点，对。然后如果看了一下之后发现来不及，应该是一定来不及了啦。Scripture 宗教经文，那我就最后面我就自己找时间看，对，因为我还有其他东西要看哦。我没想到说它会，还有一页，而且这一页感觉明显比这一页多很多。Devotees 信徒，捐赠者、捐献者。clasped 紧握。sacred 神圣的。clockwise 顺时钟。Lattice 莲花，莲花又称荷花。莲之出淤泥而不染，濯清涟而不妖。Grant 准许。称颂。应该都有了吧？现在已经51分了好晚了。等一下念完之后，大家就可以去吃晚餐了。对，然后我也要准备收一收。等一下还要看一下我计划本哦。晚上还有数学段考比较弄，晚上的话应该是9点多了吧，要弄的时候，对。对，因为如果说要早一点弄的话，应该是5点半开始弄，然后弄到8点之类的。然后 away in a tiny, easy to miss alcove, a golden god sits tall atop an ornate pedestal. This god isn't like the ones found in Taiwan's many Taoist temples. As the figure slowly rotates, the god's face disappears from view and another emerges, followed by 2 more as the god spins. Soon, a woman stops at a cove and lights some incense, ready to pray. She's here to worship Praprom, the Thai version of the 4-faced Hindu god Brahma, the H 不发音。Brahma, the god of creation, is one of Hinduism's most important gods. Alongside Vishnu and Shiva, it's believed that his 4 faces represent the 4 Vedas. Hinduism's ancient religions, scriptures, and the source of all knowledge related to Earth's creation. At the same time, each face symbolizes a different aspect of life. Devotees of Brahma play at one face for success, another for relationships, and the other 2 for wealth and health. Additionally, clasped in Brahma's hand are items symbolizing knowledge and creation. For example, a book he holds in one hand is a representation of the Vedas, while the Kamandalu vessel he holds in another contains the sacred water from which all life originates. When worshipping Brahma, devotees start at the first face on their right, moving in a clockwise direction. They light incense and candles and leaf lotuses and water for Brahma and water for Brahma and each face before moving to the next. At each face, they tell Brahma of their desires. 欲望。Desires, praying that he will grant their wishes in the near future. While the time it takes Brahma to bring blessing to devotees varies, so many have claimed God fortunate tributes to Brahma or his Thai representation problem have begun turning up all around Asia, including Taiwan. 终于念完了，最后的我之后再处理好了。对，时间不够了，要6点了。好，那我们今天就差不多到这边结束喽。那晚一点我会再看的，就是会不会太晚。如果我会太晚的话，可能我就没有办法直播我做数学笔记的部分。但是我觉得我数学笔记应该不会写很多，所以应该还是会做。对，没有意外的话，对，那再看啦。如果说9点半的，就是大概9点多没有出来的话，应该就是10点了。如果再晚的话，应该就没有了。对，差不多是这样子。如果你喜欢我的，这不能说影片啦，我好像之前都讲影片好了，算了，反正这是当做我固定的结尾。如果你喜欢我的影片的话，可以订阅、按赞、分享，加开小铃铛。那我们就下一次再见喽。对，我不知道我可不可以说晚一点啊？对，因为等一下可能不会，我不知道晚上会不会直播，那再说，拜拜。